Isn't that something? Oh my God. I just could not get it together today. Sometimes I am ordered and some days I
It's
cannot
all right. It's all right.
get
It
it together.
is completely okay. I'm here sharing now because I don't forgot to share earlier. Hey, hey,
Hey
people.
everybody.
Hey.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Why am I? You know what? I've been having the worst hot flashes this week. Oh my gosh. I can't tell you when you talk about getting older.
Mhm. Well, I
Oh,
know all about it.
oh,
I know
oh,
all about it. So, you know.
oh. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Yes.
Thank you everybody for joining us
Hey y'all. Hey
today.
y'all. Oh, I need to change something. Give me a second.
What you need to change? Oh, I gotta cut this light out.
I need a
I'm in here
match.
about to fall out.
I need to match you
You need to match me?
in a lowercase.
Oh, I asked you was
We
your
need to
name
be
lowercase.
on one accord.
One accord. Yes, that's what we're gonna talk about today. I know the theme. Why am I sweating so much? Oh my gosh, it's coming from everywhere.
Listen,
Uh,
you have to have a. I come prepared,
I
honey.
can't find. You know what it is?
Wait, where's
I can't find my fan, and my little fan is not acting like it wants to give me love today.
it's always by my side like the Lord.
And I'm not frozen.
I know.
How's everybody today? Hello, hello,
Hey
hello.
y'all, hey y'all. Hey Kalina,
Oh,
yes, thank you. But my hair, honey, I felt
thank
like
you.
doing big hair today. Big hair.
I'm doing lip bar night
A lip
owl.
bar. Yes, yes. And I'm doing lip bar savage.
Whew,
Maybe
Jesus.
the lip bar need to kind of give us some like swag because we are repping the lip bar heavy on the Walking Heavy show.
I know. I think it's dead. Oh my gosh! And I don't even have the right plug over here to act like that. I can cut it back on. Oh my gosh!
It died.
It is dead, dead. Like you've been using me too much, dead. And my charger is all the way on the other side of the room. Usually, I have 72 USB things here, and I don't have any. I'm feeling. Hold on. Let me drink. It's only water though. It's only
It
water.
looks ice cold.
I would show the can, but they not paying me. So
Right, right. Well, maybe we should stop. I ain't gonna stop wearing lip balm, but maybe we stop saying something. 'Cause, I'm trying to
I
be a brand ambassador or something. Give us some free stuff. Lip bar.
yeah, I'm already a brand ambassador for ITC Beauty. Hold on.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's
Yeah,
when I
you
had
got,
them big
you
lashes.
got a little sweat going
I got sweat everywhere. All of a sudden, it started rising up my back. I tell you, like, oh,
Oh, I used to.
let
Oh
me,
God, I don't
let me
envy
tell
you.
my any person because I don't know how to word this that I might not get a phone call about it later. So any person that's like perimenopause or menopausal, you can connect to my plight right now. And I
I
would
can
crack
still
the. I'm
connect.
thinking about cracking my window. I might have to
Crack the
crack it.
window. Do what you got to do.
Mm. Lord of mercy. So when it sounds like a car is driving through my space, you know what happened because the window is open, honey. So, woo. See now, like what's happening for me right now fits the theme. Today's theme, everybody, is baby.
Baby,
I'm stressed.
I'm stressed.
Now I want to make a key point. I'm really not stressed
Right,
myself,
right,
right? But we do recognize that we are in this stressful time. So many people are trying to figure out what to do right now that they're, with the election and
right.
just we seem to be in this vibration.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to talk about stress.
Yes.
And again, I want to say hello to everybody that joins us. I want to say
Yes,
hello to
ma'am.
Jay, to
Yes.
Williams, to Kalita, to Jermaine,
Yes.
to Pam. I almost forgot, like, because I was scrolling down, so I had to make sure I hit everybody. But
Oh, wait. Is that custard?
Yes, that is.
Wait. Come on here, Keston. Hey, brother. How are you? Yes, Keston.
So
Good to see you.
it's so good to see him. So we're talking about baby. I'm stressed, but before one component to combat stress is laughter. So
Yes.
today, before we start talking about tips of stress, we want to talk about what in the world has been happening this week. What in the world? And so to kick us off today, to make us smile, to make us laugh, I want Sue. You
Which
gotta
one?
bring it up. You gotta bring it up.
Which one?
So I got my shoulder out today, right?
Yes. Come on, come
Handling
on.
somebody. So you
Yeah.
ready? I'm ready. So
All right.
do I do it now or do I, do I
Yeah,
wait?
well, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna share it, and if it covers us up, then you press the thing. All
Okay.
right. Can you see? Ah, all right. Wait. There you go.
Here we go. Here we go. We gotta do it.
And strike 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 until you have victory. For every enemy that is aligned against you, let there be that we would strike the ground, for you will give us victory, God. I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of shouting and singing. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of an abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of an abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. The Lord says it is done. The Lord says it is done.
Skidamarinky do. Skidamarinky do.
Wait, we can't miss the time. We gotta let it go.
Victory, 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 victory. Your angels are being released right now. Angels are being dispatched right now. Amanda, ata, ata, rata, deda, bata, santa, ata, ato, osa, tata, rite, eke, banda, ata, rite, didi, ata, da. Her angels have even been dispatched from Africa right now. Africa right now. Africa right now. From Africa right now. They're coming here. They're coming here. In the name of Jesus. From South America. They're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here. From Africa. From South America. Angelic forces. Angelic reinforcement. Angelic reinforcement. Angelic reinforcement. Vika, hata, anta, ata. Oh, rabata, rata, ante, eke, eke, manta, rata, da. For I hear the sound of victory. 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 I hear the sound of victory.
You can take
You didn't see this part.
No, I did not see
Right,
that.
right. You didn't see our people. You didn't see our people.
So here's the deal. I feel like Wendy Williams right now. I'm like, so here's the deal.
Come on.
First of all, that's a radiant. A radiance. I should throw. That is my biggest thing.
Who is that?
Did anybody tell Steve? Because he looks like a Steve. Did anybody tell Steve? I know we supposed to be talking about baby. We stress, but honey,
Child, but this is a stress reliever, honey.
Heavy show, and we are going to talk about this because he walked heavy. He walked.
He was in the word.
Do you? He was in the script. If you go back and look at what he was holding a book. He was the grip. He was the boom mic guy. Somebody did not tell him that while she was doing rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tooey, he was not supposed to walk across the stage.
Oh, but he did it. He did it a couple of times, honey. One time he raised his hand. He was in the spirit.
First of all, he did not just walk on by. He didn't do a Dionne Ward and walk on by. He strolled back. Do you know that if we were in a traditional church, the priest would have turned around and snatched him by the back?
The rat-tat-tat. Bibbity bobbity boo.
So I'm gonna mess this up for people. But I say this, I want you to go do this and tell me if I'm telling a lie. If you
Help me,
ever listen
Jesus.
to Jill Scott's song, she has a song and in it she says, "You better back down before you get smacked down. You
You're
better,"
right.
which is in the same cadence as Sesame Street's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
7, 8,
9,
9,
10,
10,
11,
11,
12.
12.
Her rat to tat is in the same cadence as Hickory Dickory Dock. I, that is Hickory Dickory Dock. I promise you.
That thing, ooh, my head is hurting, Jesus, from laughing so hard. And the internet, the internets, they quick draw McGraw, honey. And
They done did all kind of stuff with her.
Ciao. Wait.
When she started, you know what? We're music people, right? Now think about this. Think of a metronome. You know the thing that goes back and forth.
Yeah.
For me, and I said this to you, it reminded me of when you're trying to get the drummers on beat, and you're like, tap, tap, come on, get it, that it. It's that same.
Somebody said, well, how's she speaking tongues on the 1 and 3?
Guys, I need you to forgive us. I need you to forgive us because, we're supposed to be on topic today, but so much happened this week.
No,
so when we're talking about Baby, I'm stressed. We are in the middle of giving tools.
Yes. This
Laughter is number whatever.
And so, listen.
And I
wait, Freddie. See what Freddie said.
Oh.
But wait. Here's the thing. I mean, just looking at some of the numbers, right? First of all, yes, he was just walking back and forth. He was in the Word.
He was in the Word, all right.
He was in the Word.
But someone asked me earlier, they said, why out of all the places that she could have dispatched angels from, did she pick Africa?
She lost her mind because the white people forever trying.
She lost her mind, say it.
She lost her mind.
Come on, cards. Not today. We in the middle of something.
And can can the white people just stop trying to take our shit? Can they just stop it? Like, you don't get to call anybody from Africa.
See what
you don't get to call anybody from South America. You don't get to call them. So this is why. See what happened was she thought she could do that because people like to do that. They just like to take what's ours. So you
not Perry. Oh, let me not mention their name. They not paying me.
Listen. So you want to take what's ours. So this is who showed up because I see some of the places that you call. They don't turn blue. So thank you. Thanks for doing us that solid. Wakanda forever.
Oh my God.
But baby, listen, you don't have the right to call on any African angel, deity, Orisha, nobody. You don't have that right.
Yes.
You don't have that right.
Spiritual immigration. That's a
come on. Richard. What tambourine, Lord?
Minister, when you preach that sermon, spiritual immigration, I want to make sure that I know about spiritual immigration. Because here's the thing. And now let me get serious about something because I'm very spiritual and I believe in the incantation of the tongue.
Yes.
I am a speaker of tongues. when Holy Spirit moves through.
Yes.
You don't control the tongues like that.
Right.
And I get very, very irritated. Gosh darn it, every car, every I had one little hot flasher open the window and everybody said, get your loud cars out. So you don't control tongues like that.
No.
You don't, and it really irritates me when I see people doing that. You don't, when the Holy Spirit is moving, honey, you can wake out your sleep speaking in
Come
tongues.
on.
And I think Radiant said it earlier, old school church would have had an interpreter there. Somebody, somewhere would have came out. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, and I'm not trying to get religious. I'm saying that when you start playing with things, especially when you're calling on the angels, the orishas, and the ancestors.
You don't get to call our ancestors.
I wouldn't give a darn if she had a direct line to them.
No,
When you are speaking in a room full of people and you get the shabba-ba-ba and do-do-do-do and dee-dee-dee-dee and do-do-do-do, and it is fake and it is phony, you can actually, and see, people have been talking about this demonic activity. You could actually swing a door open on something that you don't even understand, and now it's over top of everybody, and people are moving with this stuff. I've seen it myself.
Yep.
You cannot play with stuff like that. And so in this idea, and I did a whole paper on her when I was in my undergrad on her hooping style and all that, because you remember I did the paper on hooping.
Yeah.
But that, you talking about, I laughed, but I was mad. But that's why it backfired.
Yep.
That's why it backfired. That's like you got to please tell me. See, we laughing today, guys. We have to, because there's too much happening in the world. I done download that Citizen app and I done found out what really is going on in my city. You got the other one?
Yeah, let me see if I can get it up.
Does the volume come up a little bit? Because it seemed low. When she was rat-tattooing, I really couldn't hear her.
Okay, but that is higher.
Okay.
Let me.
No, she's not. You know what, Odu? You're right. She's not serious about her stuff. See, sometimes people think that when they get a platform, with certain folks, that they can show up any kind of way, and we hype them up. This is why we started Walking Heavy, because we wanted to be able to have real conversations about this without Flavor Flav coming through with the hype game.
Oh, Jesus.
You ready? I see it.
All right, you see it? Wait, let me go back. So all right, you ready for me to hit play?
This is old, but it's still a goodie because it falls in line with what we talking about.
I want to hear that sound that is coming. The sound that God has told us to blow the trumpet in Zion and to make a sound. Hear the sound right now. Bless the name of the Lord. Bless the name of Jesus. We're going to have our psalmist.
She was hot. Maybe she was upset.
So, this is the Walking Heavy show. and we share about things. And so we got to understand that all our listeners and all our viewers are not of church. So know that
Oh.
that sound that came out was not right. And know that the fact that her pastor did not acknowledge her at all meant she thought that it wasn't right.
Child, she was hot. You hear me? She was like, bless the name of the Lord.
So this is what I'm saying about people doing things that someone should have told her. It's a safari, right? Like I don't want to be okay. Say amen, because I didn't want to call it the wrong thing and while I'm laughing about it.
Right.
But when she leaned towards the camera to see if her pastor was like, she did like, I blew it while we were talking. Oh, so guys, we gotta laugh. We gotta laugh sometimes at it. We gotta laugh.
Oh,
Whew.
baby.
And this is not talking about people. I just want us to have a good laugh today because again, today we are talking about baby, I am stressed. And a lot of times what stresses us out is sometimes people be doing too much. Phil, you okay over there?
Listen. This is a perfect example of what to do when you are stressed. Laughter is good like medicine. And so we needed to start Walk and have a show today with some laughter. My head is hurting.
Oh, Das Effects. Does anybody remember Das Effects? Because I remember Das Effects, and the first line of their song was yippity yow, yippity yang yo. Let me not knock my stuff over. So we have been in an interesting week.
Yes.
This week we are in the midst of an election. We are in the midst of, and I know the election element, the voting element is, for lack of a better word, is that part is over.
Yeah.
But I have some feelings, and I want to tell y'all in advance my feelings. My opinions do not, what they say, portray the opinions of the show and all that little disclaimer, because we're doing a lot right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a lot right now, and the government's doing a lot right now.
Mm-hmm.
The pandemic's doing a lot right now. Like everything's doing a lot right now.
It's a whole lot of stuff going on here.
Every time you cut on the news, there's something new. Like we spent half the week watching the red states. We woke up this morning, things were blue. Everybody was like this. It. And I haven't been posting a lot about the political element of it, and I'm not.
Right.
I've been sharing funny things, because I shared like the versus battle with Paula White and somebody else. Like I've been sharing funny things, but I've been doing a lot of reading because a lot of stuff that's coming out from both sides, while people are trying to navigate how long will this be? Why is this taking so long? I just been looking for the funny stuff. The Nevada memes are hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
The new stuff that's coming out is hilarious. Hello,
hello, Miss Ricky Snowden.
But there is some validity to the process that is happening right now, that it has everyone stressed out like, oh, what is this? What's going on? I can't believe this. But we've been here before. We just haven't been here with a behind. because I ain't gonna do that. They might
You don't want to get blocked.
no, because they already got me, and every 10 seconds I'm getting text to make sure I'm quarantining because of Mexico. So I don't want them to watch this video and then show up on my door and lock me up.
Listen. We got some of the words are triggers, and you will get Facebook will block you, put you in Facebook jail.
Yeah, and
For
I
things
have
that
never
you post
been
and
in.
say. Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think about and please everyone, and again, thank each and every one of you that's taken some of your time today to join us.
Yeah.
Where are you this week? Do you fall on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I'm good and 10 being like what the F?
Yeah.
Like where are you on that scale? Like are you stressed about what is happening? Now, Kalita, have a safe travel.
Yeah, safe travel, sis.
And thank you, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Right, not with it, right, not, I ain't gonna put those things up on the screen because we don't know who wants you. She done dispatched the angels from Africa. I don't know what else going on.
No, I'm like, listen, she can't see what,
But that irked you, honey. What? You know what? Someone asked me. They asked me. I think they posted on my Facebook page. They said, "Why couldn't she dispatch from other place? What made her zero in on dispatching from Africa? Why couldn't she dispatch from Czechoslovakia or?"
Because they want our stuff, but they don't want us. And they feel like they have a right to everything that belongs to us. I'm tired of it.
I got some exes that fall into that category. That's a soundbite. They want our stuff, but they don't want us. Hallelujah.
I think they have it's not privilege. That's not the word I'm looking for.
Entitlement.
Like they're entitled to. No, you're not entitled to anything that belongs to Africa. F you.
I feel like that should have been a moment in Wiz. Like this is where Brand New Day starts at. They like, you're not entitled.
No,
Can you feel like Brand New Day? I'm sorry, I'm mad silly today.
Yes, I'll do because there are no white angels.
Oh, do you fire?
Yeah, but it's the audacity. It really is. That's the audacity. I mean, it really upset me that Paula. But here's the flip side of that. We give people like Paula White Kane the power to do that. The majority of her congregation is Black. They know that she's a racist ass, just like the one that's sitting in the White House right now. And they're still. You didn't see the video? It was all there praying with her.
Well, they ain't been to church with us. Because everybody that's on this feed that been to church with us knew that at that exact moment, as soon as she started the ratatouille, I'd have got my journal out and been like this.
Right. So I'm just we give individuals like her the power and the we give them that permission to take from us, right? Things that belong to us.
Right.
I'm speaking in particular, particularly when you were calling on African angels or spirits or whatever, or South American, that belongs to us. You cannot have it, and but we've given them that power to do that. We've given them the feeling that they have the right to ask about that. So
there's all kinds of stuff happening in this room right now.
Doing push-ups.
Oh, dude posted, because I keep another screen up with the show. He has the little boy with a calculator trying to add things up. You know what? And okay. And so let me tell you, it did not have me stressed. but it definitely had me disappointed. The fact that those numbers were so close.
Hmm. Yeah,
It made me, and I don't want to get into the who didn't vote and this,
right.
that, and the third, and all that other stuff like that. Like, I'm learning to be less judgmental around people exercising their right to do whatever. But I will say this, and if you're watching this show, know that I love you. But if you did not vote, please don't call me and complain about anything related to living in this country.
You didn't vote. Shut up.
So I'm going to say that. We could talk about Disney, we could talk about, water, we could talk about life. We cannot talk about any issues that are part of that are affected by the government. And that's damn near everything. So we
Hmm.
better be talking about our personal lives or church.
Right. Right. And it affects it on the local level, which is really the most important, the local level and the national level. So you can't just, people come out all the time for the big one, like every 4 years, but don't vote locally, which is how the communities get what they need. So
Right.
I'm
I think
afraid he said he judging.
it's just, I don't know. Like, and let me take that back, because I do feel away a little bit. I do feel away a little bit, but I just have been trying to think. There's two elements that are happening here.
Mm,
There's a lot of undercover. Motherfuckers. Like, that's what
right.
it boils down to. There are a lot of and I believe with Keston on that, and Freddie, you're right, I am the bigger person. I believe with Keston, like, people that didn't participate shouldn't get a stimulus check. If Biden gets elected, they shouldn't get nothing from this government. They should not.
And it's not to say that Biden, is that the Democratic Party is good, or but I would vote for a
Damn, I can't get
toad.
my
I
pen
would
on.
put a toad. I don't understand. This is what was disappointing to me, right? I don't understand how. Well, going back to when what's his name was first elected. All right, so maybe people wanted something new. They wanted, kind of hold on to their little bit of change or whatever. They wanted something that for whatever reason. Okay, well, it really took the shackles or raised the curtain on this racist America, right? Which it hurt me, because some of the people that I was close to, I lost friendships over that election, right? But everything that has happened since he has taken office, with everything that has happened, more of our people, or more Black men, right, voted for him in this election than they did 4 years ago.
Right.
How, Sway?
I'm about to tell you because
I don't, but like, and I get, but and I think I know where you're going, with the Black celebrities who were saying, hey, that's not it. Well, one of the things that I recognize, I mean, people like Kanye and 50 Cent and Ice Cube and all of that.
Well, you can't mention Kanye. He ran. He actually got votes.
Right. Okay. So he ran and got votes, which was also strategic, because if you go to vote for Kanye, you take away a vote from Biden. So, that's also strategic. But, Black individuals who have a platform, who have influence, are those who are saying, hey, we're not voting for the Biden Kamala ticket. We're going to vote for Trump. And so, of course, those who are influenced by those people who are influenced, may follow suit. And so,
excuse me for 1 second, Sue. I want you to write which stats are not accurate,
right.
because we don't want to
Right.
share anything. I know. Yeah, yeah. I am staying away from. I'm staying away from respectfully, right? But I'm staying away from trying to navigate or even trying to assume why certain demographics voted the way that they did.
Yeah.
And I'm
Well, I
only
mean, it's
staying
your opinion.
away from
So,
that. Yeah, no, no, you're right. Yeah, this is your opinion. I'm only
yeah.
staying away from it because as I've been reading more, I've been discovering that that some of the things that are coming out from everywhere is not 100% true. Because I've been reading from both sides.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a part of me now. I'm not saying that black men did not vote for him. I saw some black women voting for him. I get
Mm-hmm.
that, but I think that there is something very divisive that is happening in the atmosphere. That okay, so we're going to make it seem like there's a bunch of black men, many black men
Mm-hmm.
that voted for him. Now that's going to create some divisiveness in their community.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I 100% believe any of the demographical, and I probably made up a word there, and please forgive me, but any of the demographics that are coming out. That's why that's the only thing I have not commented on or posted
Mm-hmm.
about because I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's still disappointing to see. And so, whether it's true or not, it's still disappointing for me to have seen that. I don't think anyone of color, black, brown, otherwise, um, and anyone who is who's been marginalized, ostracized, uh, um, you know, uh, the word that's escaped me. But I don't think anyone in that group uh, should have voted for Trump. I don't understand it. So
I don't know. When I was in school, we talked about something called, and if I pronounce this wrong, I want someone to correct me. Um, Deontology. It's an ethical philosophy that's dedicated to what you feel the most obligation to.
mhm,
So if you're a person that's that your motivation is money, you'll be a workaholic. You'll put everything. There's certain things that come up. If your priorities are to your family, you'll put your family before everything else.
mhm,
Now, this may hurt the heart to say this,
mhm,
but there were some people that actually benefited from some of his policies. There were some people that actually benefited, especially people that were in a higher financial bracket.
mhm.
So they didn't vote based on their color, they voted based on their economic status.
Right.
Right. So business people they voted on their entrepreneur status. So, I think that why only reason why I brought it up is real talk.
Mhm,
When we talk about reasons that we're stressed, some of this is reasons that we're stressed.
mhm.
We're so busy trying to figure out why people did what they did. It's
Right.
disappointing and it's effed up, like all the way up for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
But I cannot stay up all night. Not saying you are, but I'm talking to
Right.
people watching. We
Mhm,
cannot stay up all night trying to figure out why they did what they did.
mhm.
The question is, okay, so what are we going? I mean, we're already protesting. What are we? Nobody cuss me out, please. But what? Why are we already? There is nothing different, except for he's a jerk. There is nothing different about this political process than it was when it was Bush and Gore, and they were
Mhm.
trying to figure out and counting
Yeah. Yeah.
ballots. Counting ballots is a thing.
Yeah.
It's not new. We just have more of them because of the pandemic.
Right. Right.
So what can someone tell me like right now?
Mhm.
what is creating the stress, because the only way we wouldn't have had to wait
Mm.
is if it would have been a landslide.
Right.
But anytime a presidential election falls within a 2 to 3% margin,
Right.
they go
Right.
on to court or attempting to go to court.
Mm-hmm.
And to truth be told, if I'm running and there's 2 to 3% between us, count them.
Count them all. Mm-hmm.
Right. He doesn't understand that.
Yeah.
But Mike, you know what my concern is? My concern is my community. He can fall all out and get on television and start talking about, oh, the ballots are messed up. See, let me tell you about karma. He did that. He told all his people to vote in person.
Yep.
So they did what he said.
Yep. Yep.
He didn't realize that there was a massive amount of people that's voting from home to be safe, to be whatever.
Right.
He did that. That's why you got to be careful what you say out your mouth when you are trying to set somebody up, because God knows it will swing back.
Yeah.
All of this is
same thing with Paula. It swings right back.
It swings back.
It swings back. Yes.
It swings back. So, you know, I want to hear from the watchers, and I know I'm talking a lot, and I'm sorry.
No, child,
I'm just as a person, and I'm sure you can relate to this. You know, we work with individuals that, as a matter of fact, I'm going on a show tonight to talk about mental health and all of that stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
What can we do as a people?
Yeah.
To allow support for our community, because I don't want us out here getting arrested. I don't want us out here, you know, what can we do? How can we help with this people being stressed?
Mm.
So I'm gonna bring up one of yours, and I'm gonna allow the room to now chime in. This stuff we can put up. I wasn't gonna put up that stuff you talking about the president.
Yes, use your tools.
Use your tools. Talk about that too.
So a lot of times when we are stressed, and I'm not just talking about in this situation, I'm talking about in general, like in life, right? We forget that we have tools available to us to use. And so in times of stress or angst, anxiety, you know, you have to remember a few things. Like, first of all, what fulfills us spiritually? What are our spiritual practices? And I'm not just, you know, talking about Christianity or whatever it is, right? With meditation, what fulfills you? What fills your tank? What restores you? What revives you? You know, so whether that's praying, chanting, meditating, you know, becoming one with nature, you know, going to like a park or going to the water, going to the beach. What are some of the things spiritually that sustain you? Also, another tool that is talked about a lot when it comes to relieving stress and anxiety is exercise. Are you moving your body? That's a tool, right? How are you moving your body? What are some of the things that you're doing to get those endorphins up, right? Are you eating healthy? What are you putting into your body? What are you putting inside of your temple? Are you getting enough sleep? Now, getting enough sleep is something I certainly do not do, and I have to do better at that, right? But we have to make time for all of those things to help reduce our stress levels, right? So, you know, are you writing? There's tools. There's so many things. But you know, one of the things that I like to do in terms of when I'm like really, really stressed out, I would like to say I write. I don't write as much as I should or as much as I used to, but journaling is a great way to kind of help relieve stress, because You know, once it's in here, it's like all jumbled up, and you really can't do anything, right? Because it's here. It's like in your chest. It's like a weight. But once you put it down on paper, it becomes something tangible that you can kind of hold and, you know, crush up, you know, tear up, put a flame, whatever. So so those are some of the tools. When you are feeling stressed out, what are your tools? Right? You don't have to kind of go to, you know, for those of you who have gone to therapy, you know that you and your therapist have worked out what tools are good for you, or you should have worked out what tools are good for you. But even for those of us who have not gone to therapy, we do have tools at our disposal that we can use to help us in times of stress.
So that's good.
Pamela said more sex. Yeah, yes.
That's right. See, people don't understand, like, sex can be, you know, very woo, you can get some things off.
But you know what? I didn't realize. I used to be the type. I don't know. I used to be the type of person that when I'm like stressed out, I didn't want to do nothing. Like, because you're just like, I'm not in the mood. I don't want to do nothing. But I discovered, and help in discovering that sex could be a really great stress reliever. Anywho,
Number 2. Take a moment, take a break.
yes.
So so I've been having this real conversation with my clients recently about not being afraid to take a break. Many of us are still at home, and we don't always know where the day starts and where it ends now. And even I don't even know how that happened, but even though I just lost the earring, wasn't that interesting? It just rolled out. So even when you are on a schedule where you do go to work, you know, when you come home, it's so much happening. Let me help somebody out. Sitting all day and staring at CNN, waiting for the numbers to change, is like watching a pot waiting for it to boil.
Yes, Jesus.
I like to pop back a few hours later. Or all you gotta do is scroll the internet. They gonna give you a play by play. I don't believe that it is helping people to sit and just stare at the map.
Right.
So what I'm advocating for people to do is whatever you choose to do in the total of your 24 hours, that is up to you. But please take a break.
Yeah.
Please take a moment to allow yourself to breathe. Turn to something funny. Pull out a book. Go for a walk. Have a smoke. Roll a L. I don't know what to tell you. All I'm gonna say is find a way. Right. Find a way to relax yourself, because if you allow yourself to mentally ride this frequency of anger, hate, racism, homophobia, transphobia, xenophobia, like if you allow yourself to take all of that in, and then you're taking in the election, and then you're taking in the news, and then you won't be able to sleep.
Nope.
You will find that you will have anxiety. And I'm not talking about empathic anxiety or prophetic anxiety. That's something different. Or take breaks during sex, like however, Daniel wants to take breaks during sex. Like however it shows up for you. Because there are, some people are experiencing major heart palpitations, stroke, heart attacks. They're afraid. Like, here's my truth, and hear me when I say this. And I sometimes feel like the same car keeps going around the block. Hear me when I say this. There's already enough things to have anxiety about.
Yes. Yes.
especially as people of color.
Yeah.
There's already enough things to have anxiety about. To sit and consume
Mhm. Yeah.
all of that stuff all day long. And then when you're not, your friends calling you.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You
No,
know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
your family's calling you. And you still got to show up in the world. You still got to show up in your work. You still got to show up. Even Kanisha said, feeling angry and frustrated. You still got to show up. So
Yeah.
when do you give yourself a break? When?
And I know it's particularly for us. It's really hard to give ourselves a break, right? It's hard to kind of compel ourselves to kind of take a break and to disconnect. Um, but I think like even election day. I mean, I worked on to broadcast election day, but that's the only thing that did in relationship to the election, right? I didn't look at anything. I didn't watch the news. I didn't even scroll. I didn't scroll Facebook. I didn't, look at Instagram, at Twitter. I didn't do all of that because um, I did not want to become anxious about the process. And so I was really intentional about not engaging in any conversation that had to do with the election outside of what I did for the Black Political Collective. Um, and so we have to get to the point where to the place where it is okay. It's okay to draw back, to disconnect, to
Yes.
pause. Yes, baby. It's okay to do that. It's okay to do that. One thing I know about us as a people is that there's been so much trauma inflicted upon us for hundreds and hundreds of years. We walk with trauma. Trauma has engrafted itself into our DNA. And so whatever you can do to not add to that, then you do it, right? There's a practice in self-care, right? And care of others. Your self-care first, their care second. So
And that's real. That's really real. You said it, like, when do we give ourselves a break? Sometimes I'm in sessions and I've said to people, taking a day to watch your favorite show, eat your favorite food,
yeah,
and not do anything related to work or anything for anyone else is not being lazy. See,
yeah,
we're taught very
yes.
early. I
Oh,
don't know about nobody else. My
um,
mother was like, "Oh, you're not going to lay in this bed all day. Oh, you need to get up and do something. You need to get up and make yourself productive." So for a long time, the first day I spent all day in bed when I wasn't active doing something to spend all day in bed, I thought I was lazy and
yeah,
I felt shame and I felt guilty.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So here was the number three:
yeah.
control what
Control what
you
you
can.
can, hands off what you can't. Listen, one of the things that adds to our stress levels and our anxiety and our angst and our frustration is the fact that we want to be able to control outcomes. We want to be able to control everything that's happening in our lives. And the truth is we cannot. There are things that are out of our control. And as soon as we accept that, that there are things that we just cannot control, the sooner you begin to walk in peace, right? Control the things that you can control. Do what you can. Those things that you cannot, let them go. Take your hands off of them, right? Take yourself off of them.
Yeah.
Let it go. It's just as simple as that because listen, nothing is ever promised. We really don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what the outcome is going to be with this election or with life in general. Like that, we just don't know, right? what is in your hands to do that you can do it. Do it. But all that other stuff, leave it alone. Leave it alone. What is that prayer? Accept things you can't change or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Something like
God, Jesus, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and all of that.
that. Right.
You
Oh
know,
yeah.
God grant me. Somebody posted in the comments, real quick, the serenity prayer, because that's what it's called.
Yeah.
But um, you have a point. Yes, we're responsible for the effort, not the outcome.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, the thing is, again, and I said this earlier, and I hopefully wasn't trying to offend anyone when I said this, but an election is not immediate. It usually does take a couple of days unless there is a massive landslide. Sometimes it can take well into a month.
Yeah.
And it's not like he immediately leaves. He still has about 60 days left in the office. So everyone has this mindset that Biden wins and tomorrow Trump has to leave. And that's not how that goes.
Uh-huh.
We already are coming up on a season that we have to deal with seasonal depression.
Yep.
We're also coming up on, I'll use air quotes when I say holiday time, because I'm aware that everyone doesn't celebrate the holidays. But we're coming up on holidays when we've already lost, 200 plus thousand people to COVID. So there's a lot of holiday tables that are not going to be the same,
Right.
which remind me to share about that LGBTQ Faith Matter initiative that we're releasing next week.
Yeah.
There needs to be some conversation. Thank you. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Like everybody put it at the same time. So this is great.
Yes.
The courage to change the things I can and the wisdom to know the difference. Like, can we have conversations now, on how to support one another as we get ready to go into this season?
Mhm.
Because that's going to be a minute.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that we shouldn't be concerned about it. I get the concern. I'm saying, can we not be consumed by it?
Right. There's a difference between being concerned and being consumed. Yes, I love that.
Which brings me to number 4. Use your pit crew. And for anyone that's new to the show or new to me, I call a pit crew your support team, your pit crew. And so now we did talk about not getting into major conversations and things like that. But when I talk about use your pit crew, I'm talking about plan an online oh, dude,
Yes.
plan an online lunch.
Yeah.
Go meet if you're in a city where you can meet social distancing, then meet and do social distancing and have lunch. Maybe I can use an example. Jay and I, like every Wednesday, we watch the Mass Singer together and text each other throughout the Mass. Like, use your pit crew and think of ways to create activities and things to help ease
Yeah. Yeah.
some of the stuff that's going on. And so if you're in a space where you're like, well, I don't spend time, I'm still quarantining, I'm still being safe, that's fine. And maybe you can arrange to watch a TV show, watch a Netflix movie together. This earring does not want to stay in. Watch a Netflix thing together, or whatever the case may be. If you have a partner, plan some special date nights, or a lover, or an entanglement, or a situation, or just a good old booty call. Plan some um activities together. Do something. Learn a new kink, learn a new thing, watch a new show, learn a new dish. All I'm saying is I was reading an article earlier on CNN, I believe, but it was one of the medical articles. It said, don't isolate yourself
Mm.
because you're taking all of this in. You're taking all of life in,
Mm.
and you're not engaging anyone. You're bound to have a nervous breakdown.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Sue and I are always here.
Yes.
We're always here. Even if it's just for I need to talk for 15 minutes.
I can't take all dude.
COVID beauty club. Listen,
A whole other show, Jesus.
listen, I heard the Cheerios song just listen to the sound of an O of an O. Like, I know I feel like the drummer should say, So I mean, just talk to your people.
Right. Right.
Talk to your people. Marco Polo, WhatsApp, do video chat. I know we got Zoom fatigue, but if that's all that you have, like just ask a friend, can I get 30 minutes of your time on Wednesday?
Mm. Yeah.
And that's a real conversation. So when we talk about baby, I'm stressed. Hear my heart when I say this. Are you really stressed or are you creating the stress?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes we give claim to things that we think are external, but we're creating it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's something to think about.
You have more control than what you think. You may not have control over what's happening. You may not have control over what's happening in the oh, Patty LaBelle, you are my friend.
Oh.
You may not have, control over what's happening in 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Like you may not have control over that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying don't follow the election, don't check in or none of that. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is if your life from 9-8, from the moment you open your eyes to the moment you close your eyes is consumed with DT and JB and the riots and the protests
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
that's not healthy.
Right.
That's the
That,
only way
that,
I can say it.
yeah. I mean, that goes back to what I posted. I posted earlier in the chat. I said troubles are inevitable. Your response isn't. Right. You
Right.
get to choose your response
Yeah.
to whatever is happening externally. You get to choose your response. Right. And so the response that you choose is going to dictate how you feel, right? It's going to dictate whether you are feeling angst or peace,
Right.
right? Whether you're feeling like gloom and doom, or you can tap into the measure of joy that you already have on the inside of you. Like troubles are always going to be here. Uncertainty is always going to be here. Like they're just things that just are, right? We're always going to have to fight fight against injustice. We're always going to have to, there's always going to be something. And so we get to choose our response to the thing. So maybe, yeah, that's something to walk away with.
It sounded so profound. I just helped you out. I just told
Thank you.
Steve, look, I just told Steve that, to move on to the next part instead of walk across the stage. Steve, something to walk away with.
Yes. So, yeah. Choose your response. Choose your response. To those external pressures, right? You can choose not to internalize them.
Well, mine, and I couldn't even, my head too big now. I couldn't get my wig on because I was feeling very Angela Davis today. But my something to walk away with is about strategy of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not advocating anything. Let me say that. Wait, let me find the other one that says before I make this statement. Okay, so this show is for entertainment purposes only. Don't tire yourselves out now. Don't get all stressed and tire yourselves out now.
Yeah.
Because we don't know. Save your strength. Save your strength. And I'm not talking about tearing stuff up. Like, I'm not talking about riding. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm saying that we haven't even hit the tip of how all of this is playing out and what it's going to look like. We haven't even touched the surface. If we burn out now, you won't have the strength for the stuff that is to come.
Yeah.
And I'm being real about that.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, no matter how this goes, there is a reaction that is coming. There is a reaction.
Come on. Yeah.
And if we burn out now, we will not. Right now, we should be preparing.
Yes. Oh, this is good.
Because we're not just talking about political. The winter is coming.
Yes.
So you have health things to be concerned about.
Yeah.
There are numbers that are going up in places.
Yeah.
The holiday season is coming. Whether you have a close relationship with your family or not, because we don't know what everything is going to look like in a couple of weeks. We might have to be indoors again. Like, you don't know. And dude, Santa, it's already starting.
Yeah.
But right now, everybody is so up in arms with and I had to catch myself. Let me tell you, I am talking to myself. That's why this is my something to walk away with. Because I started down that path, and I was like, I think one night I couldn't sleep. I tossed and turned. I started dreaming all kind of weird stuff, and I woke up. I said, "Whoa." I went from not watching the numbers at all to watching the numbers every 10 seconds. Then I would go online, and it was in every post that I was looking at, from Instagram to Facebook. Then it was on my news feed. I was like this. I couldn't eat. I couldn't do nothing. And I said, "Stop. The hell is wrong with you?
Jesus.
Cut that shit off."
Yeah.
So I'm just I right. And Kay hit that on the head, and I got a nerve. I got to make my garlic honey and my ginger honey and stuff for the winter. Like, get your toilet paper now. Why ain't nobody thinking about it? Get your stuff. I'm not saying
right.
I'm not saying nothing about Armageddon or none of that nonsense. I'm just saying that do the stuff typically that you would do. Okay. Do the stuff that typically you would do. So we are going to close out on that because it's time to go. We so into the conversation, we totally missed the time. So we're going to get ready to go. As usual, this is a conversation that we may have to continue next week, because we'll have a whole bunch of other stuff. And go to Walking Heavy, follow us on Facebook. And when y'all see funny stuff, send it to us.
Yes.
Send it to us so that we can talk about it and have a good time. Cara Solutions, Pink Love Wellness. Sue, I know you got to get out of here. So on that note, I want to say love you to everybody.
Love y'all.
Good time, and have a blessed week. And we will talk to you soon. Be well. Yeah, it'd be great if I hit the outro, right?
Right.